What's going on YouTube? It's Jeff Tuffner, and the best weekend of the year, Wrestlemania weekend, or shall I say week because it's more than 2 days, has unfortunately come to an end with Smackdown Live, the Smackdown Live after Mania last night. What a weekend it was. I mean, the Hall of Fame Friday, NXT Saturday, Wrestlemania Sunday, and then Monday with Raw, and then last night with Smackdown. Great weekend, the best weekend of the year. Sad to see it's over. But let's talk about what happened on Smackdown last night, the first Smackdown after WrestleMania last night. And the show opens with the new WWE Champion, Randy Orton. He comes out, which is eventually confronted by Bray Wyatt. When the lights dim, he comes into the ring, he attacks him. Bray was on the Tron before that, though. He says he wants a match, a rematch, not any match, a House of Horrors match. I don't know what this House of Horrors match is. Nobody knows what this match, but I hope it's some badass match or something. I was thinking it would be something like at the Wyatt family compound. Remember they had that whole thing going with the New Day back in the summer or something? Maybe like a match there or something. Or like what they did with the Hardys in TNA or whatever in the summer. Like a match not in a WWE ring, somewhere crazy. I just want to see something like that happen. So hopefully that's what this House of Horrors match is. But anyway, we also got to return the first segment here. Eric Rowan showing up for the first time since I think he tear his rotator cuff or something back in like September. So he's back now, and he appears to be on Bray Wyatt's side. So they're taking out Orton. Luke Harper comes out, and yes, this leads to a tag team match. We'll occur later in the night. Talk about that later. So then we get a championship match here. The SmackDown Women's Championship is on the line. Alexa Bliss gets her rematch against Naomi, who won the title a few nights back in Orlando at WrestleMania. This was a pretty good match here. Alexa Bliss takes the loss and Naomi retains her title. Now I feel like what they're doing here, the reason they had this match tonight is because I think this whole superstar shakeup thing we got going on Monday or whatever, or Tuesday, whenever it is, I think what they're going to do here is they're actually going to send Alexa Bliss to Raw and Charlotte to SmackDown. I feel like that's the only reason they had this rematch here tonight, and they didn't wait till a little bit down the road. Like they got it out of the way. They wanted to not have to worry about the whole rematch thing. Get it out of the way, and they're gonna send her to Raw, and Charlotte's gonna come to SmackDown. I'm sticking with that now. I feel like that's what they're leading toward here. But yeah, a pretty good back and forth match there. Naomi retains. So then in the next segment, Kurt Hawkins is out there. Kurt Hawkins, who I don't think has won a match since he's come to WWE, at least an on-TV match. I think he won a few dark matches, but that's a fact, Hawkins. You haven't won a match, I think. I don't know, actually. It might not be a fact. But anyway, he's issuing an open challenge. We saw an open challenge on Raw a few nights ago with the New Day, and we saw the Revival show up. So he issues an open challenge, and he says he'll count down from 10. And as soon as he says 10, whose music hits? Tye Dillinger's music hits, and the place erupts. Everybody chanting 10. I was marking out to it. Tye Dillinger shows up on SmackDown. Good for him. He's been working his ass off now for like 15 years to get here. So finally over. He's finally got a gimmick that's working for him. Great wrestler. So cool to see him up on SmackDown now. Obviously he defeats Kurt Hawkins in a quick match. And yeah, Hawkins takes another L. Hawkins is probably like the biggest jobber in the company right now. But Tye Dillinger's up on the main roster. And yes, the debuts of NXT stars in the main roster continue in the next segment when The Miz and Maurice come out. Now, they tricked us here. They had them actually come out dressed as Cena and Nikki Bella again. And I mean, I fell for it at first because they came out to Cena's music. They were all dressed up. And then when I saw The Miz, and I was like, oh my. But they come out and they start talking. It doesn't look like we're going to see John Cena and Nikki Bella anytime soon. It looks like they're going to be gone for a little bit. But anyway, they start talking, and then as they're leaving the ring, all of a sudden a violinist appears on the stage. Oh my god, we just had Tye Dillinger the last segment. And then yes, Shinsuke Nakamura shows up. I mean, I'm losing it now. I'm just still trying to recover from seeing Dillinger. And then Nakamura shows up, the greatest entrance I think right now currently in the WWE, Shinsuke Nakamura. He comes out to the ring, The Miz steps out of the ring, and Maurice, he comes in the ring and just stands, he does his little thing in the ring, and then he stands there for a second, gets an ovation from the crowd, and then goes backstage. I thought this was a little weird here, the way they had this. I almost felt like they were like, alright, we got to get Shinsuke on the show here, so we're just going to have him come out here, make his entrance, get an ovation from the crowd, and then send him backstage. Like, I felt like we just have to get him on the show. They didn't really have anything planned for him. I don't even know if this is going to lead to a feud between him and the Miz, because like there was really nothing there. I mean, the Miz just stepped out, and then Shinsuke went right backstage. Now, I did hear there was a dark match between Shinsuke Nakamura and Dolph Ziggler, though, after the show went off the air, so he did end up having a match, but it was a dark match, so it had nothing to do really with an online TV storyline. So yeah, we get Shinsuke and Tye Dillinger back to back, and then we get a street fight between Dean Ambrose and Baron Corbin. Title is not on the line. Many people did think it was. It should have been, and this should have been the match they had Sunday. I mean, I was saying in the WrestleMania predictions video that there should have been a street fight. It should have been like a false count anywhere, no DQ street fight, something crazy at Mania for the title. But they didn't do that. They gave us a regular match on the freaking pre-show. But anyway, we get a street fight tonight, which this match was much better than their match they had at Mania. Good back and forth match. Ambrose elbow from the top rope through a table to Corbin. Corbin ends up winning the match though, so doesn't win the title. I hope he wins the title. I guess whenever, the next the next Smackdown pay-per-view is until like the middle of May, Backlash. So I mean, maybe in the next few weeks or something, Corbin will get a match for it. But he needs to win that title. I mean, if they end this feud without Corbin winning that title, I'll be so pissed. Anyway, so that was a good match there, and then we get Shane McMahon. He comes out, speaks about the the superstar shakeup or whatever, and then AJ Styles comes out, and then they shake hands, and then that's it. They shake hands. So I mean, many were saying is this an AJ Styles face turn? Has AJ Styles turned face? I mean, it almost seems like he sort of like has. He didn't, he faked an attack on him there, but he's just messing around. He was like. So I don't know if this means a face turn for Styles or what, but it was a little interesting, and then that was that. And then it was the main event, the tag match, Randy Orton and Luke Harper, Bray Wyatt and Eric Rowan. Randy Orton and Luke Harper pick up the win. Not really an exciting match. I mean, nothing too big there. It was a pretty quick episode of SmackDown. I thought it was just, a lot of weird things happened. But, pretty quick episode, went by quick for me. It was solid. I'm going to say Raw was better this week. But it was cool to see Shinsuke and Tye Dillinger. But, I mean, like they were saying, they're on SmackDown now, but with this whole superstar shakeup thing Monday, they could easily go to Raw. Really curious to see what's going to happen. Who's going to go anywhere? I mean, could AJ Styles be going to Raw? Like I said, I do see one thing happening, and that's Charlotte going to SmackDown and Alexa Bliss going to Raw. But, I mean, I feel like AJ Styles could be heading to Raw, too. But if AJ Styles is heading to Raw, that means some top star on Raw could be heading to SmackDown. Maybe Seth Rollins, maybe Finn Balor, who knows. But, I mean, that's it for SmackDown, guys. Let me know what you guys thought of SmackDown in the comments. Leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next week.